technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
Let's shift our attention now. The Maratha Quota activist Manoj Patil has hit the streets in protest yet again and has made his intent very clear. He and his fellow protesters have in fact promised to not leave the city until their demands are met. Remember, Jarangi Patil had declared that he would even leave drinking water from Monday as the protesters are demanding a reservation for the community under the ambit of the existing 27% reservation for the OBCs. Now, the Bombay High Court has now come down heavily on the protesters and has demanded action from the state government. So let's tell you what the court has said. And these are directives that have been given by the court to the state government. The court has said that the entire area must be cleared. This is amid the protests that are currently still ongoing. Let's get you the details of what the court has said. Now the ball is in the state government's court because the High Court has said that the area where they are protesting outside Azad Maidan must be cleared completely. The court going on to say that we can see how peaceful the protest is. This is this observation that has come in from the Bombay High Court, going on to say that Mumbai has been brought to a complete standstill because of this protest, saying that the entire area has been blocked, the entire city has been blocked. These are observations that have been made by the Bombay High Court, going on to say that Manoj Patil is giving a clear threat because he says that he will not leave until the demands are met. The court, in fact, going on to say that the protest is turning out to be extremely uncomfortable for people in the city, going on to say they are bathing and defecating on the streets, asking why is the state not getting these roads cleared? This is the question that the High Court has asked to the state government. Now the question is, what is the action that will be taken? My colleague Nilesh is joining us on the broadcast with the details. And Nilesh, now the court has had scathing criticism for the protests, asking the state government, when will action be taken? Why is action not being taken? Why are the roads not being cleared? Any word on what is the action that will be taken by the state government now?
Well, yes, Pratibha, as you highlighted the key points of the order that came yesterday from the Bombay High Court, as of now, no major changes is seen here on ground. Currently, I'm reporting from outside Azad Maidan, which goes through this door. However, the crowd still remains not only inside Azad Maidan, but also in and around the premises of this Azad Maidan. Now, this area happens to be close to CST and the BMC headquarters, but you can see the condition that has been lasting here for now 5 days. For the previous 4 days, the situation has been intense and dire, and currently the protesters seems to be less in number, which is the reason being that they are roaming around the city corners. The high-profile area, that is southern Mumbai, is currently dominated by the Maratha protesters. Now, yesterday, Mr. David Fadnavis, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, stated that he will follow the orders of the Bombay High Court. The administration will follow the situation, but at the moment, no major change is seen here on ground. However, there are few hours left as per the High Court's direction that the next judgment will be given out at around 3 p.m. when the order will be again passed out and condition will be imposed onto the Maratha protesters. Now, the Bombay High Court also highlighted that how dire violations are being done by the Maratha leader Jarangi Patil, who had been informed that he will be limited only to the Azad Maidan. However, he is unable to control his own protesters, and which is why action should be taken. Now, Fadnavis has given orders that action will be taken, but a report needs to be submitted to the High Court as well as to what exactly the action has been taken to clear out the roads, the streets of Mumbai. You can see protesters raising slogans, raising their demands, and stating that they won't be leaving the city anytime soon unless the orders of reservation is passed by the state government. So state government currently is facing trouble from both ends. One, here on the streets by the Maratha protesters, and on the other hand, the orders coming in from the Bombay High Court has again put a pressure onto them that they have to clear out the protest. Now, it is also significant to note that this is the second day of the week, and various schools, offices are going, individuals are also suffering, and this is the point that was also highlighted by the Bombay High Court as well, stating that no normalcy should be disrupted. Every citizen has right to protest, but it should also not affect the normalcy of the life of the city, and which is why immediate action should be taken against all of those protesters who are standing outside the Azad Maidan.
Okay, all right. So we can see in the visuals that the protests are still continuing. They're holding the state to ransom, and these are some scathing observations that have come in from the court. So after coming down heavily on the protesters, the High Court has now in fact given the Maharashtra government strict orders to restrict the protesters from entering the city and clearing up the streets completely. So the High Court's directive is extremely clear to the Maharashtra government, going on to say vacate all non-designated protest sites. If they want to protest, they can go to the designated protest sites and continue their protest. But the non-designated protest sites should be cleared completely. The High Court going on to say stop protesters from entering Mumbai, saying the protesters have to be stopped at the entry points itself. These are the directives that have come in from the court, asking the Maharashtra government to take action, saying the government must submit a report on the action that has been taken so far in the case. So the protests have continued on the streets of Mumbai. Many of them, in fact, will now be forced to relocate, as the Bombay High Court has made it clear that all the protests outside the designated area, outside the site of Azad Maidan, will have to be vacated completely from their respective locations. But a senior minister, an OBC face of the Maharashtra government, Chhagan Bhujbal, has made it clear that he believes that the Marathas should not be added to the existing OBC category. Now, he says that Marathas are technically not OBCs, and providing them with reservation will upset the rest of the OBC community.
यहाँ जो है सारे ओबीसी के हमारे सारे जो अलग अलग घटक जो है, जैसे विजेएनटी है और 374 जो सारी जो है जनजाति है, सारे जनजाति है, घुमंतु है, ये है वो है, सब कुछ है। और हमने जो विचार विमर्श किया कि आगे हम क्या करेंगे, तो ये तय हुआ है कि ओबीसी में पहले से जो है गैर कानूनी ढंग से, एक लफ्ज में गैर कानूनी ढंग से ओबीसी में किसी को भी जगह नहीं देना चाहिए।
So let's see what happens today. Monday is when the protesters have said that they will be increasing their protest or escalating their protest, while the government has been given clear instructions by the court to vacate the protesters. Big showdown expected today, and we're keeping a track of that.